Hey, what's up everyone? Josh Quinones here. So the time has finally come. Samsung has finally laid everything out for us when it comes to the S23, S23 Plus, and S23 Ultra. And it looks like a lot of stuff that we saw in the leaks came to be true when it came to these devices. And I personally had the chance to get some hands-on time with all three devices, especially the Galaxy S23 Ultra. I mean, I think about a 1 hour live stream just answering questions about this device and the other devices as well, and just showing you guys everything that I got to see there at the Samsung Experience Store with these devices. And we had a great time. I personally had a good time checking out these devices right here. But today's video is all about the Galaxy S23 Ultra and my first impressions with it. So first of all, just being there with the phone, you know, the first time I held it in my hand, picked it up, honestly, it felt like I was using a Galaxy S22 Ultra. I mean, they resemble each other a lot, but there are quite a few differences when it comes to the overall design. Now, going to the framing of the phone, it is a bit thicker than the Galaxy S22 Ultra, and that's because the display and the back of the device are a bit more flatter. Yeah, we still got those curves on the back and the front, but it's just a slight curve. And it seems like every year Samsung is slowly making this curve on the display smaller, not just on the display, but the back as well. Seems like it's getting smaller and smaller. And I said this on my live stream, next year we might even get a flat display on the S22 Ultra. Who knows? Because, I mean, on the S24 Ultra, who knows? Because the S22 Plus, S23 Plus and S23 already have flat displays. So who knows if they're going to end up bringing that to the even bigger model right here. I mean, like I said, the display on the S23 Ultra is pretty much flat. We just have a slight curve, and the same thing comes with the back of the device, pretty much flat. We just have a slight curve. But overall, I mean, it felt great in the hands. It felt good to hold. It didn't feel too heavy. It didn't feel like it was too bulky of a device. I mean, yeah, it is a big phone, but when it comes to weight, it wasn't too heavy to use in the hand. But then again, they didn't have the S Pens in the device. They had them out. I'm sure because they didn't want people trying to steal the S Pens or anything like that. So they had to keep them out of the device. But then again, the S Pens, they don't weigh a lot either. Now, talking a little bit more about the design, going down to the bottom, pretty much set up exactly the same as the S22 Ultra. You had your charging port in the same spot, the speaker, the S Pen slot, and also the SIM card slot as well. Now, one thing that I did come across yesterday, I actually did a pre-order through T-Mobile because the pre-order deals through Samsung, or at least the trade-in deals, were not as good as they usually are every year. And I saw this all throughout Twitter yesterday. Just a lot of people complaining about how bad the trade-in deals were when it came to trading your device for the next upcoming, you know, Galaxy S23 Ultra or any of the devices. They really weren't offering a lot for their own, you know, Galaxy S22 Ultra. And that's kind of weird because Samsung has always been really good about trade-in offers, but this year they just kind of, I don't know, they missed their mark. They really didn't do too good this year. But when it came to T-Mobile, I checked out what, you know, promotions they had on there, and they had a $1,000 promotion. So I'm able to trade in my Galaxy S22 Ultra and get $1,000 for that to put towards my new device. So I definitely had to go through them, and I got my device that way. And I have a special link down in the description below in case you do want to take advantage of any promotional offer that either Samsung offers or any of the carriers offer. Make sure you use that and you'll get yourself some extra credit as well. But aside from that, the representative from T-Mobile did tell me that they are currently only doing eSIM for their devices. So I'm kind of stuck doing the eSIM, going that route, even though there is a SIM card slot on the bottom. So I'm sure that's probably, I'm not sure if every carrier is going to be doing that, and maybe it's just the unlocked variants that are going to have that SIM card slot so you can be able to throw in any SIM card in there. Not really sure how that's going to work out, but y'all let me know what you think about that down in the comments. Now, when it comes to the overall camera lenses in the back, still talking about design here, they were a bit bigger than the Galaxy S22 Ultra, and I did actually get to test out the cameras a little bit there as well. But going over to the display, of course, big, beautiful display. I mean, I say this all the time, you can't go wrong with a Samsung display. You're getting that Quad HD Plus display with 120 Hertz, super bright. It's gonna be brighter than the S22 Ultra. It actually is brighter than the S22 Ultra. And just looking at it there in store, I mean, it was definitely a sight to see. Beautiful display, very bright, very vibrant. I mean, the colors just really pop out at you. And it was just really nice to use. Overall, super smooth experience, especially since we're getting that new Snapdragon processor in the Galaxy S23 Ultra. I mean, it was super smooth. Now, of course, I didn't get to test out, you know, a bunch of apps within the S23 Ultra, but I did go into YouTube to really test out the scrolling, what that would be like and how smooth it is and how quick it would be. And it was super quick because, you know, there's times where on my Galaxy S22 Ultra or other devices where I'm scrolling through YouTube really fast, and sometimes it'll stop to load up more videos. You know, I'll scroll up a little bit more, it'll stop to load up more videos. Well, with the S23 Ultra, it really didn't. I think it did that like once, but I was able to just scroll, and it was, and a lot of you saw this on the live stream that were in my live stream yesterday. I mean, it was super snappy, super smooth. So Samsung definitely went the right route with the Galaxy S23 Ultra this year when it came just to the overall performance. Now, of course, we're gonna get a bigger, we're gonna get a good sized battery as well, 5,000 milliamps, and people are already saying that it's definitely getting us more time throughout the day. They don't see it dying as quick as the Galaxy S22 Ultra. Now, of course, myself, I will personally be testing that out and doing a full all-day battery drain test with the Galaxy S23 Ultra like I always do in all of my devices. So if you're not subscribed yet, you're gonna wanna make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell as well so you don't miss out on that video and tons of other videos I'm gonna have coming from the S23 Ultra and S23 Plus. Seriously, I'm gonna have tons of videos coming. I already have a whole list of videos ready to make, so you're not gonna wanna miss out on any of those videos, especially that all-day battery drain test. So overall performance seemed really good so far, seemed very promising. They also had added some really cool battery widgets as well, and you can never go wrong with widgets. I mean, they look super clean and they're always very useful to use as well. And also, when it comes to the speakers on the S23 Ultra, some of you asked me in the live chat of my live stream yesterday to test those out, and they actually sound really, really good. They get really loud, they sound nice and full, they have a nice clean sound to them. The bass sounded good as well. We tested out a few things, and they didn't seem to distort. Even when I had the volume all the way up on a pretty bassy song, I didn't hear any distortion coming from the speakers at full volume. And you know, with some smartphones, that tends to happen. If you're listening to a certain type of music or a certain sound or something like that, it could get a little bit distorting. But with the S23 Ultra, that did not happen. The speaker sounded really good. That's full blast right there. Give you a little idea of volume. What do you think about the speakers, Ryder?
Sound pretty loud to me.
Yeah, they definitely get loud. Got a nice clean sound. I don't hear any distortion.
No distortion.
With the cymbal hits or anything. Yeah, definitely a nice crisp stereo sound. Got the speaker on the bottom and then up at the top as well where that earpiece is. Again, a beautiful display. When it comes to the cameras, when I did test them out, I tested out the main lens, the ultra wide angle lens, the telephoto lens at 3x zoom, the telephoto lens at 10x zoom, and I even tested out the 100x zoom. And when it comes to stabilization with that 100x zoom, it doesn't seem a whole lot better than the Galaxy S22 Ultra, but the actual quality of the photo does look a bit better. But overall quality of all three lenses seemed very good, at least just there in the store. Of course, when I get my own device, I'm gonna be testing it out a lot because y'all know I am big on cameras, especially when it comes to video, because I use my smartphone to record a lot of videos here on the channel. Like right now, I'm using my Galaxy S22 Ultra to record this video. So really curious to see what video is going to be like on the S23 Ultra. I did do a little video sample there in the store, you know, just kind of panning around the store. I even checked out the zoom to see what that would be like, zooming all the way out as far as I could, and then zooming all the way back in, trying out the ultra wide angle lens. And so far, the video quality did seem pretty good. But again, that was just there in store. I didn't really get to walk around with it, check out stabilization. I didn't get to jog around with it like I usually do to check out stabilization that way. But overall video quality did seem really good. And I even tested out the 200 megapixel camera, and it's no joke using the 200 megapixel camera on the S23 Ultra. So I went ahead and just took a regular photo, and that alone looked good. But it's when you zoom in or you crop in to that photo that is already taken, and you can see how much information is still there, how much clarity in the photo is still there. I mean, I was able to crop in all the way to the watches that were pretty far from me, and I was able to see what was on the screen of those watches. So yeah, the 200 megapixel camera on the Galaxy S23 Ultra is no joke. Very, very good. I can't wait to test out these cameras even further. But My overall first impressions with the Galaxy S23 Ultra are so far positive. It's a beautiful device. I mean, I know it looks a lot like, it pretty much does look like the Galaxy S22 Ultra. I mean, if you were to give both phones to someone who didn't know what either were, they would probably think they were both the same phone, honestly. But I mean, it's like I said, if it ain't broke, why fix it? Because I personally already like the design of the S22 Ultra. They just kind of refined it a little bit with the S23 Ultra. It does look a little bit better. It feels good. Almost a flat display here, giving us a great experience. And you're not gonna have any of those accidental app touches with the palm of your hand because of just that slight curve that we have. It's not, a major curve. So it's getting smaller and smaller. Of course, the volume rockers, power buttons, the exact same side. On the right side, microphone up at the top, nothing at the left. And then I already mentioned all the cutouts down at the bottom. But overall, the experience was great with my first hands-on with the Galaxy S23 Ultra. Like I said, if you do plan on pre-ordering one, if you have not already, take advantage of my link down in the description below. I'll also put it in the comment section as well, so you can take advantage of some of those pre-order deals depending on, what you find, and also depending on what trade-in you have in as well. But y'all let me know what you think down in the comments sections below. I'm sure there are tons of videos out on YouTube already. So those videos mixed with mine here, what do you think so far about the Galaxy S23 Ultra? If you haven't picked one up already, do you think you're gonna see yourself pre-ordering one or picking one up later on? Or have you pre-ordered it already? Let me know which one you did pre-order. Let me know what storage size you got as well. I believe I got the 512 gigabyte model in the green color. No. Yeah, the green color. I think I got the green color because I was kind of headed towards the Phantom Black because that looks nice as well. Oh yeah, that's another thing, the colors. I didn't talk about the colors. I got to check out all of the colors as well. We got the Phantom Black color. We had the green color, the cream color, and the lavender color. And all the colors actually looked really nice there in person. All of them have a nice matte finish to the back. Very, very smooth. It's not like a rough matte finish. It's more of like a really smooth matte finish. So very, very nice when it comes to the colors on all of these devices. And just some of the specs here, I took a picture of the spec sheet there at the store, which does confirm a lot of the stuff that we read in the leaks. 6.8-inch dynamic AMOLED display on the S23 Ultra. I keep getting it mixed up. Quad HD Plus display, like I mentioned, 120 Hertz adaptive refresh rate, 5,000 milliamp battery. We are going to have super fast charging on this device as well, up to 45 watts. Of course, wireless power share. Seems like Samsung is going to be putting that in all of their, flagship devices from here on forward. We have an option of getting 8 gigabytes of RAM model with 256 gigabytes of storage. And then we also have a 12 gigabyte of RAM model with either 512 or 1 terabyte of storage. So that's a lot of storage there. Of course, for the main camera, we get a 200 megapixel camera, a 12 megapixel ultra wide angle lens, a 10 megapixel dual telephoto lens with 3 times optical zoom, a 10 megapixel telephoto lens with 10 times zoom, and that space zoom, of course, getting that 100 times zoom so you can be able to take pictures of the moon and all that other good stuff you want to do. And then, yes, it does come with the S Pen. Of course, it's going to come with that in-display fingerprint sensor that I'm sure is going to perform even better than the Galaxy S22 Ultra, which already performs really, really good. So there you have it again. Let me know what you think down in the comment sections below. Thank you all so very much for watching. If you did like this video, find it helpful, make sure to give it a huge thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss out on any other future videos to come. Thanks so much for watching. This is Josh Quinones. I will see you on the next one. Peace out.